to be honest. Fine. So let's start then. Okay, fine. So we have algorithms versus programming. I mean, the problem is this actually with this topic. You have learned algorithms for too long, and then you have learned programming for too long. What happens is, don't you all accept the fact that when you study something for too long, it is natural in your mindset, you tend to forget the stuff, right? I mean, by the time when you learn programming, you have forgotten algorithms. Yes or no? Come on, that's your nature, right? Agree or not with me? Come on. Agree or not with me? Come on, superb. I like those responses. Now, those who are going to see the responses, like if you have too much of pop-ups in your side, what you can do is you can pin my video. So if you pin my video, if you just select the video, then you can, minimize the pop-ups which are coming from the chat screen, right? So that your session won't be disturbed. So we have algorithms versus programming, and yeah, not another war. So basically, what do you mean by an algorithm? Okay, so basically it's like this. Now, when you want to build a house, what do you initially do? Come on. Foundation, seriously? I mean, you're going to start off with the foundation that fast when you want to build a house, seriously? Goodness. Don't say the foundation, then your foundation is going to be fine. Okay, take one brick and keep it over there. Take another brick, keep it in there. Okay, that's make it a foundation. Seriously, don't do that, right? The first thing is to what? Plan, exactly. At least a rough sketch, right? So a proper plan is required. Proper plan of the house is like the algorithm of a program, right? Because algorithm is a plan. To develop the program, we need to have a plan. That plan is there in the algorithm. Algorithm defines how the program should work. That is defined in the algorithm, kids, right? So there are two types of algorithms. You can design an algorithm, you can write an algorithm. What do you mean by that? It can be something graphical, it can be something textual, right? So the textual algorithms are known as pseudocodes, and the graphical algorithms are known as flowcharts, right? So there are two types of plans. It can be a textual plan or else a graphical plan. The textual plan is known as pseudocodes, and the graphical plan is known as flowcharts. And plan means we are talking about algorithms here. Understood, everyone? Come on. Understood, everyone? Come on, quickly in the chat screen. I'm looking at this side means I'm looking at the chat screen. Come on, kids. Superb, right? Okay, here we go. Then let's go for the next one. Program. What do you mean by program? Program is an executable version. I mean, this is the house. This is how you build it. Excuse me. In addition to the plan of the house, when you actually build it, what is there additionally? What is there additionally in the house? When you actually build it, what is there additionally in the house? Come on. What is there additionally in the house? Just tell me. Space? Seriously? I mean, land, fine, okay. In addition to that, furniture, very good, furniture, yeah. What else? Rooms, yeah, rooms are there. Anything else? Come on. Raw materials, bathrooms. Bathrooms are there in the plans also now. Fine, wait. Carpets and all right, wait. Do you define usually the color of the walls and everything in the plan, in the house plan, whether you are going to use floor tiles or not in the house plan? Yes or no? Obviously no. Obviously no. So when you are building the house, there are certain things that you have to focus in addition to the plan. Likewise, when you are developing a program using an algorithm, when you are developing a program, it's going to be an executable version. This is where the algorithm is coming live. This is where it's going to become executable, right? So this executable version, you have to think of the Pascal language or whatever the programming language that you are going to use, and what in which platform you are going to run this program. Maybe it can be a mobile platform, right? It can be a normal desktop platform, in the sense laptop or desktop platform. That is like Windows and Mac OS, maybe those platforms, right? So likewise, you have to decide. But in our O-levels, O levels, they have given us a restriction that is, yes, we have to use Pascal language to implement this skill. So we have to learn Pascal language for programming, and we have to learn flowcharts and pseudocodes for algorithms. We are going to learn all three at once, but wait for it, because we need to have the basic building blocks of flowcharts and pseudocodes, which is going to be really, really, really quick. Because don't forget, a lesson which you have learned for months, I have to do this within few couple of hours of time, right? So I'm going to do it somehow, right? And I just need your support for that. Come on, kids. Are you going to give me that support? Come on. Yes or no? Super. Great. That's what I need. Okay. Just saying what you mean by a program again. Program means basically the things that we run. You can see Microsoft Word is there, Microsoft Excel, all of those are programs, right? So programming means creating those, right? By looking at an algorithm, we can create a program. By looking at an algorithm, we can create a program, because algorithm has the plan to create the program, right? And in this case, for programming, which means to develop a program, we use Pascal language. Crystal clear, yeah? Crystal clear, yeah? What do y'all say? Crystal clear, yeah? Superb. Right. Perfect. Okay. Then, next one. Flowchart components. Not talking about your opponents. We are talking about flowchart components. Maybe your opponents were these. If you did not know the programming lesson much, definitely you must have hated those. But trust me, this is super, super, super easy. Okay. So flowchart components, we have start, stop, process, input, output, decision, connector, optional to use. Okay. If this is something new, this is optional to use. Don't worry. Right. And then we have flow in the arrow-headed line. I mean, is this clear to you? I mean, you don't know about this, I know. I mean, you have no idea about how to use these components. I know that. But if you can understand the shapes, that's enough. All right, nothing to worry. Right. So let's proceed. Fine. Yeah, they're not your opponents anymore. Let's go for the next one. Pseudocode. What exactly is that? Okay, just tell me, what is the graphical version of algorithms? Come on, kids in the chat screen. Come on, kids in the chat screen. What is the graphical version of algorithms? Come on, everyone in the chat screen. We got 466 participants in here. Come on. Is that your power? Is that how to show your power? Come on, your response in the chat screen. Come on. Flowcharts. Perfect, everyone. Superb. Flowcharts. Great. So flowcharts. So here, that is the graphical version. The textual version is called pseudocode. Pseudocode. Right. So what do you mean by pseudocode? Just simple English without the shapes. I mean, without those shapes in the flowchart, we can have some simple English words. Like an essay? No, written nicely with tabs, with some indentations. Those are like properly organized, sort of. Something like this. Say, begin, display, bumblebee, end, sort of. You're going to say begin, display, bumblebee, end. This is a simple pseudocode, trust me. It's more like into English, right? But you can see that things are indented. Okay. This is simple pseudocode. Don't worry, we'll learn everything. No worries. This is just the beginning. Fine. So let me scroll down. There are these more into humans. Flowcharts versus pseudocodes. Is that a war? No. This is not going to be a war. Right. Okay. So flowchart versus pseudocodes. I hope all of you can see this. Yeah. Can you all see this, everyone? Yeah. Come on. Yes or no? Super. Great. Okay. You have the tube with you otherwise. Fine. So let me explain you step by step. Everyone stay focused. Okay. Because we have to do a lot today. Don't forget that. Right. Stay focused. Let's do this. Flowchart versus pseudocode. See how simple it is. Okay. So mentioning here, first of all, start. Start. That is the termination. I mean, okay, I'm going to start off with this. Just to say begin with the program. That is start. That's it. Start. And the same symbol I can use here to mention stop. Start, stop of the program. So in my plan, that is also there. What is my plan? This is my plan. What is this? This is a flowchart. And what is on this side? This is pseudocode for that. Okay. Fine. And then, oh, fine. Okay, I'll close this. I'll close this. Thank you very much for the response. Right. Better now, right? Fine. So now, why different shapes? That's like why you all have different names, same answer, right? So you look at this. Input N1, comma N2. What exactly are N1 and N2? Seriously? N1 and N2. Yeah, these are some variables that I have created. What are variables, Teran? Variables are like, in mathematics, you say x equals 10. So x is a variable. Can you understand what I mean by variable? In programming, variables are actually memory locations which are going to store some values. Can you understand that now? Come on, yes or no? Come on, yes or no? Super. Great. Okay. So here, N1 and N2, just guess what I'm going to input here. N1, N2. N1 and N2, I'm going to input two numbers for these two variables, N1 and N2. To input two numbers, I'm using these two variables. Fine. Let me give you an annotation. If you have a good PDF reader, you can annotate too. You may give it a try in your side. Let me use yellow for that. So we have N1, N2. These are basically, inputs taken by the user. These are the variables used to store two numbers. Variables used to store two numbers. All right. Variables used to store two numbers, that is N1 and N2. And then when I say total equals N1 plus N2, what exactly is this? Have a look at this. Here I'm very clearly saying input. Don't forget that. Here I'm very clearly saying input. And for input, I'm using the correct shape, input. And then here I'm using what, kids? Come on, look at the previous page and tell me, what is this symbol? Come on. What is this symbol used for? What is this symbol used for? This symbol I'm talking about. Process, superb everyone. So process symbol here is creating another variable. Process symbol here is creating another variable. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? There's another variable. N1, N2 are variables. Here what? Total variable is there. You can see that. See, this is another variable which is created by the process, right? Variable to store the total. So to variable to store the total is this. The variable to store the total is this. That is N1 plus N2, right? We don't have to define the variables in flowcharts. Not at all. You don't need that, right? Okay. That's not in flowchart. That's in programming, right? Okay. In flowcharts or in any algorithm, we keep things simple. That's it. Okay. Fine. So we have print total in here. Print total in here, which means actually I'm displaying something. You can say display total. You can say print total. No restrictions to it. You can say here input N1, N2, or else you can say read N1, N2. Go ahead. You can do that. You can say output total here. No worries. Anything is correct. Anything which gives you the idea that these are an output, that is correct. Anything which gives you the idea that these are an input, that's correct. So, but better to stick to input, read in this case, output, display, print in this case. That's it. Okay, fine. Okay, so print total. Now let's say my N1 and N2 are going to be 10 and 20. 10 and 20. This will be displayed to the user. 10 and 20 will be entered by the user. And then the computer is doing a backend process. The backend process is what? Calculating 10 plus 20. 10 plus 20 is what, kids? Come on, everyone. Come on, everyone. 30. So total variable will be having 30, value 30. And then when I say print total, 30 is getting displayed. When I say print total, 30 is getting displayed, right? 30 is getting displayed. So user is going to see what are the values inputted for these N1, N2 variables. And also user is going to see total. That is the output of this. User won't see this process. User won't see this process, right? So basically, total is the output here. So the total will be 30, obviously, yes. And then finally stop the program. Can all of you understand this? Come on. Can all of you understand this, kids? Come on. Yes or no? Perfectly clear. Is this crystal clear, everyone? Come on. Superb. Great. Okay. First step. Totally awesome and totally done. Done and dusted. Fine. Have a look at this. Here we have begin and end. In the pseudocode version of this flowchart, so focus here. We have begin and end in here. And I'm using the same term. You can see that input, or else you can say read here, no problem. Input N1 comma N2. I mean, just without the shape, it's like, yeah, simple English without that shape. What I said was correct, right? Exactly, yes. And then here total equals N1 plus N2, and then say display total, that's it, and end. In pseudocodes, we don't usually say start, stop. We usually say begin and end for that. And this is not case sensitive, I should say that. This is not case sensitive. Then why you have mentioned this in capital? Because I wanted to highlight some keywords, that's it. Okay, fine, okay. So can we use flowcharts? In flowcharts, can we use begin and end? Come on, don't ask even those kind of questions. Start and stop are the usual words that we use in a flowchart, right? Okay, so can all of you understand these, kids? Come on. Perfect. Okay, just keep it simple, very simple. For whatever the places you have display, you can always mention output, or else you can say print, right? So here you can say print or as display or output. You can here also you can say print, display, output. Come on, that's it. Okay, not a must to use capital letters, saying again and again. Fine. So now let's go for the next one. Let's go for the next one. The Optimus Prime of programming. The Optimus Prime of programming. We have the control structures. We have the control structures. Let me drink some water before that. Drinking water is always a good habit. Yeah. So look at this. When all the messages come, it's a big disturbance. What you can do is simply pin the video, or as you can spotlight my video so that, yeah, you won't be getting those problems. Fine. Speak in single. I have mentioned in this session that this is an English medium session, right? Fine. Yeah, I do conduct A-level classes. Let me introduce about myself at the end. Come on, just stay in the group for you to get to know about myself, right? Let's not talk about myself, yeah? Shall we proceed with the session? Right. So here, Optimus Prime of programming. If you share any other links in there, trust me, you will be removed from the session. So please don't do that, Aditya, again, right? Okay. So we have sequence, repetition, and selection. What do you mean by sequence, selection, and repetition, or sequence selection, also known as iteration also, right? What do you mean by this? Right. Okay. So here, control structures, exactly. Control structures, super control structures. These are the three control structures, the Optimus Prime of programming. Programming depends on this. Programming is totally based on this, especially Pascal programming language, totally based on this, right? Okay. So here we have sequence, step-by-step execution of instructions. Like what? Like step 1, study. Step 2, write for the exam. Step 3, you will get the results. Understood? You understood in that way? You can't do first results and then exam and then study, no kids. So first study, don't forget that. That's what you have forgotten. And then do the exam, second step, and then get the results. These three should be sequentially happening. Obviously, yes. I hope you can understand the sequence very well now. You must be feeling it now, yeah? The sequence. Don't you all feel in the sequence? Yeah, what do you all say? You have a few more months for your O-level examination, and staying at home, you have done nothing, and you all actually agree with that? Obviously, yes. I know about you. Trust me. Fine. You could have done better if you have gone to schools and go to classes, yeah, physically. But you have just stayed at home and you have become, goodness, some pathetic, lazy individuals. What do you all say? Agree, right? Fine. Okay. And then next one. Some of them are saying no. Fine. Totally all right. Okay. And then Abdul is saying, I have become thin. Ah, yeah, congratulations. Yeah, that's an achievement. Fine. Look at this. So here we have selection. Everyone focus. Selection. Selection, I mean, have a look at this. It's like shopping. Yeah, you go shopping. How many of you went shopping, yeah, in this season to buy clothes? It's okay. It's okay. It was my YouTube channel. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay. When girls go shopping versus when boys go shopping, do you know the difference? Now the girls in here are like, come on. Fine. Focus. Focus, focus. It's like this. Girls have a lot of selections. They have to select a lot. They have a lot of if conditions. If this is that, if that is this. Okay, I have this cloth, but I don't have that color, no? So even if I'm going to buy in that color, but I have this type, no. This is the outdated type, no. This is a new type. A lot of selections. Selection. If, multiple if conditions, if all are true, then only buy the cloth. Finally select it and then go to the changing room and then change and then see upset. So therefore, don't buy it. After going through many conditions, goodness. Girls, you all agree with me, yeah? Come on. Very good. See? Fine. Okay. Focus. And then look at this. So here selection, but boys are not like that. They have a simple selection like this, you know, if I don't have this kind of a shirt, if this is my size, yeah, no problem. Go ahead, buy it. That's it. Very simple. See how simple is that? I know my size. I don't want to check. Okay, I have this brand. Fine. Okay, this is my brand and I have this size. I know that this will fit me in. Yeah, no problem. That's it. Simple selections. Right. Focus. So we have selection. If good results, display peace. If you are going to get good results, display peace. You can see that. Else display what? War. You focus, you study, you do your level best within this period of time, right? You don't have much months to go, right? You do your level best, you put your entire effort. You have watched lots of superhero movies, but have you ever tried becoming one? How are you going to become one now? You have to study a lot. Yeah, you have to study a lot. Because upcoming O-level examination is your examination. You have stayed in this academic life for more than 11 years, starting off with the nursery. And this is a very important milestone. For you to select the subjects that you want for A-levels, yes, you have to do this properly. So come on, today itself, become a superhero to yourself. Put your entire effort. Ask from yourself always. When you are feeling sleepy, whenever you are feeling like you are not focused, what you should do is ask from yourself, am I focused? Am I going to be the best version of myself? Am I putting my entire effort? Is this called my entire effort? Ask from yourself. Always improve yourself and study. Within this time, still you can get 9 A's. Trust me. Trust my words. So yeah, focus. Here we go. So here we go. So we have selection, executing instructions based on a condition, right? Okay, and the next one, repetition. Remember repetition. I mean, have a look at the term repetition. Repetition, repeating things again and again. Yeah. Okay, what are the repetitions that you get in your life daily? Yeah. These days, I'm pretty sure your parents must be doing a repetition. What is that? Study. Hey, study. You study. But you are repeating something in your life, that is eating and sleeping. Agree or not? I know that. Exactly. But still you are expecting good results. My goodness. You want to go to heaven, but you don't want to die to get there. Goodness. What a combination you have. Fine. Yeah, work out, and you're going to get, okay. Fine. Work out, and have a nice body. And who are you going to become? Bodyguard, yeah? Come on. Focus on your academics, kids. Right. So look at this. So we have repetition. While fail, do write the exam. What do you mean? While fail, do write the exam? If you have failed, you have to write the exam. fail, write the exam. If fail is true, write the exam. If fail is true, write the exam. If you have failed the exam, then write the exam. Fail the exam, write the exam. You have to do this until fail becomes false. The fail is going to become false only if you, the fail is going to become false only if you, come on in the chat screen. The fail is going to become false only if you, come on in the chat screen. What's the word for that? Pass, exactly. If you pass this, which means if the fail is going to become false, then display out of the loop. You can come out of the loop and display passed. That's it. Okay, so basically repeating a set of instructions again and again, doing the same thing again and again is called repetition. Can you all understand this, kids? Come on. Can you all understand just sequence selection and repetition? That's it. Great. Superb. Okay. If you have not understood, still don't worry, because you are going to see this. You are going to see this in flowcharts and pseudocodes and programming. Don't worry. You will understand definitely. Trust me about that. Fine. And then let's proceed with the next one. So the Optimus Prime is over. Then conditions and the flowchart. This is conditions. You can see conditions, the flowchart, and the pseudocode for that. Okay. Conditions. So we have done the sequence already, because in our previous one, we have the sequence, right? That is executing instructions step by step. The flow is showing the sequence. You can see that, right? So here, in addition to the sequence, we have a decision to make. You can see that. Is age greater than 40? You have a decision to make. Okay. So based on the decision, it will decide whether it's going in this side or that side. It's like you are in a junction, you have to make a decision whether you are going to go left or right, say for example. Right? So based on where you want to exactly go, based on that decision, you can select the paths that you are going to go. So likewise in here, in the decision box, you can see here, the decision box has led to two paths, yes path and no path. If the decision is true, if this condition is true, you can go in this path, the yes path, or else you can proceed in the no path. All right, fine. So look at this. Start. Input age. Let's say user inputs an age. User inputs an age. I'm going to explain step by step now. User inputs an age. Let's say the age is 30. Let's say the age is 30. Is age greater than 40? True or false? Come on, yes or no? Is age greater than 40? Come on, true or false? Come on. False, obviously. Why? Because the age was 30. I inputted 30, right? False. If it is false, will it go in the yes path or no path? Come on. Yes path or no path? If it goes in the no path, what will it display? What will it display? So young. Yeah, so young. Exactly. So 30 is so young. Yeah, nice. Okay. Good to know that. Yeah. Fine. Okay. So young. And then, will it go in this path like 2 volt? Will it go in this path 2 volt? Yeah. No, right? Obviously no. Obviously no. I mean, if the age is 30, it won't go in that path. It will go in this path, right? Exactly. So in here, kids, you can see it displays so young, and then there is a small connector here. This is the use of the connector. Is it a must to use this? No, no, no. It is optional to use the connector, kids. It is optional to use the connector. Don't forget that, right? Optional to use that. And then print by bot. It displays by bot, right? So it displays so young and then display what? By bot, right? So basically, I'm going to just mention you in here a small annotation for you to understand this further. Let's say if the input is, let's say, can you all see the red color one, kids? Yeah, the note, is it like clear or not clear? What do you say? How about green color then? This is better, I guess, right? Right? Yeah, fine. So I'm mentioning input, and let's say if the input is here, age is actually 30, let's say. If the age is 30, right? Then the outputs are going to be what? The outputs are going to be what? So young, and also what? By bot. By bot. So it will display so young, and out of the condition, it will display by bot. Can all of you understand this, kids? Come on. Can all of you understand this, kids? Come on. Is this crystal clear, kids? Come on, yes or no, and then stop the program. Yeah, fine, super, great, perfect. And then, okay, let's say now the input is 50, let's say 50, let's say age is 50, okay. Is age greater than 40? Come on, true or false? Is age greater than 40? Come on, true or false? Sequentially checking. Yeah, true. If it is true, what it displays? Come on, what it displays? What it displays? Print what? Too old, exactly. It displays one output is it will display too old. And also it will go ahead and display what? And also it will, yeah, exactly, by bot. Now, dear kids, there is something which is commonly displayed. What is that? What is that? Come on. There is something which is commonly displayed, whether you are so young or too old, there is something which is commonly displayed. What is that? By bot. Why is that? Why is that? Because this by bot is outside of the condition. By bot is outside of the condition. Okay. It's outside of the condition. Okay. Right. So it's like this. Let's say you meet a junction. That junction is like, is age greater than 40? You can go left side or right side. If you go in left side, you will find too old. If you go in right side, let's say, you will find so young. Irrespective of whatever those pathways that you follow, those junctions will again, those two paths will again join into another junction. From there onwards, you will find by bot. From there onwards, you will find by bot. Crystal clear, everyone? Crystal clear, everyone? Super. So now in here, kids. We are mentioning the pseudocode, the respective pseudocode of this flowchart. The same thing how to do in the pseudocode. It's very simple. Begin, input age. You can see just input age, the same thing. If age greater than 40, if the age is greater than 40, then what to do? Print too old. Else, if the condition is false, if it is not greater than 40, what to do is there in else section, else print so young. End if, and after the end if, in this pseudocode, something is missing. What is that? Come on, please mention. No, not even that. End name. Before end, there should be something. What is that? Before end, there should be something. By bot should be there. So what you should do? Please alter it. Please mention here. After the end if, here you need to add what? Print by bot is required. Print by bot is required. Oops. By bot is required here in the pseudocode, right? Okay. If the age is 40, what will happen? Tell me. Now, if the age is 40, what will happen? Is 40 greater than 40? Is 40 greater than 40, kids? Come on. 40 greater than 40? No. It will go to what? Else section or no section, and it will display what? It will display what? For a person who is in 40s, yeah? In 40, in the age 40, yeah, will be displayed so young. Nice, right? Just imagine how old are you, and this person inputs 40 and this one says so young. This person is going to feel for the first time in the life that I'm going to live long. Okay. Selection condition is this. Can you all understand, kids? Can you all understand, kids? Come on, asking for the last time. Come on. All right. And here we go. Very clear. Great. Fine. Then let's proceed with the next one. Let me check again whether the recording is going on or not. Yeah, it's going. Then next one. repetition. Repetition. Okay, look at this. Now here, repetition, doing the same thing again and again. Let's look at this example, right? Don't worry, we will be doing flowcharts, pseudocodes, and programming again, all three together. Again, all three together, so that you will be again revising those content. There's nothing to worry, kids, right? Okay. How old are you, sir? Goodness. Guess it. Fine. Look at this. So here we have start and stop. Find this side. On the left, we have the flowchart, and the right, we have the pseudocode. This is going to be a little bit tough. Are you ready to understand this, dear kids? Come on. This is going to be a little bit tough. Are you ready to understand this? Right. Fine. Superb. Now, let's freeze the chat screen. Let's show our discipline. Okay. Let's freeze the chat screen. Let's not mention any chat in the chat screen. Okay. Very good, kids. So now, what we are going to do is, we are going to understand this. This is the most difficult part. I've said that. And you are about to understand that. If you can focus, trust me, it will take only one time for you to understand. If you do not focus, if you are going to waste your time, if you are going to just look at your mobile phone and look at your WhatsApp messages and check your Facebook status or Instagram status, trust me, you're going to miss this, and you will have to put more effort at a later date to understand this. Okay. So let's stop mentioning anything in the chat screen. Let's start now understanding this, kids. The Autobots frozen version. Look at this. Start num equals 12. This is a process. This is a process. And then is num greater than 2? Wait. Let me make the chat screen private. Now you can send the responses only to me. Tell me num equals 12. Is num greater than 2? Come on. Yes or no? Come on. Yes or no? How do you say no? Goodness. Num is 12. Num greater than 2. 12 is greater than 2. I'm asking. You should know basic mathematics. I mean, at least the numbers. The 12 is greater than 2. You should know that, obviously. Yes. Yes. So it's true. If it's true, you can see it's going down. You can see here, it's going down. If it's true, it goes in this way. No user inputs taken here. According to this program, no user inputs taken. Just focus on this. And then, if it's true, then what it does? If it's true, then what it does? Come on. Print num. Wait. Now I'm about to declare a war. Are you ready for this? I'm about to declare a war. Are you ready for this? Yeah? Superb. Superb. Num equals, yeah, the value of num. This is something that I need to know. I'm going to see what is going to happen in the loop now. Okay, I'm going to see what is going to happen in the loop now. So in the loop, I have num greater than 2. That is the condition. Is num greater than 2? That is the condition. And in the loop, I have, let me like rewrite it again on top. Is num greater than 2? Okay. And then also I have the num value, because num value is getting decremented, because I'm saying num equals num minus 2, num equals num minus 2 in here, right? And in between, don't forget that we have something special. That is, something special is actually the output. The output is here, right? Okay. So you are about to see what is a loop. Repeating the same thing again and again is a loop. What thing? Repeating what thing again and repeating these two again and again. You are about to see that. You are about to experience that, right? Let's see that. Okay. Now you have to give me the responses in the chat screen. Your responses will be visible only to me, right? Okay. So here we go. Let's start off with this. Now num is 12. Now num is 12. Is num greater than 2? Come on. Yes or no? Come on, come on, come on, everyone. Super. So I'm mentioning here T. T means not Teran. T means true here. And then if it is true, what is the immediately available next instruction? Come on. What is the immediately available next instruction? Print num, exactly. Print num. So when I say print num, num is going to get displayed. So what will be there in the output? What will be there in the output? 12 will be there in the output. 12. Why? Because num variable value is 12 initially. See? Num variable value is 12 initially, you can see that. So therefore 12 will be there in the output. Is this clear, everyone? Come on. We are still in this step. Is this clear, everyone? Come on. Super. Super. And then num equals num minus 2. What is that? Num equals num minus 2. Okay. Num equals current value of num, which is 12, minus 2. What is it? Come on. 10. Superb. 10. This is number 10. This is how I write 10, okay? Don't worry. If you want, I can make it even more clear. Okay. Let's say this is 10. Fine. 10. And then, wait. Now, again, I have to come back to the condition. This is the speciality of loop. This is the speciality of a loop, right? That is here. At the last instruction of the loop, it is going to again come back and check the condition. So here I have mentioned this as the last instruction of the loop. Again, it's going to come back and check this. Okay. So now tell me, when I'm coming back and checking this, what is the value of num now? Come on. What is the value of num variable now? Come on. Come on. You all know that. 10. Super. Because I subtracted 2 from the previous num, which was 12. Fine. So 10. So 10. Is num greater than 2 still? Is num greater than 2 still? Exactly, yes. So mention true. So mention true. If it is true, what is the next thing to happen? If it is true, what is the next thing to happen? No, not minus 2. Not minus 2. What is that? Print num. If num is greater than 2, yes, print num. Print num, and what is going to get displayed, kids? What is going to get displayed, kids? 10 is going to get displayed. Don't forget that. 10 is going to get displayed. Very good. And then num equals num minus 2. Now num is becoming what, kids? Come on. 8. Perfect. Now num is becoming 8. Now num is becoming 8. And then again come and check. True or false? True or false? True or false? True, kids. True. Perfect. True. True. Because it's 8. It's true. If it is true, then what? If it is true, then what? Print num. So what's getting displayed? What's getting displayed? Come on. Come on. Have the value. Have the value in your mind. 8. Perfect. 8. And then after displaying 8, again I'm saying num equals num minus 2. What is it now? Come on. What is it now? Come on. What is it now? 6. Perfect. Come back and check true or false. 6. True or false? 6 greater than 2. True or false? 6 greater than 2. True or false? True, kids. Perfect. True, kids. Perfect. So it became 6 and then true. Yeah. True, and then print now. What's getting displayed? Come on. What's getting displayed? What's getting displayed? What's getting displayed? Yeah. 6 is getting displayed. Perfect. 6 is getting displayed. And then num equals num minus 2. What is it now? Num equals num minus 2. What is it now? 4. Perfect. 4. Perfect. 4. Perfect. And then kids, come and check true or false. Come and check true or false. Come and check true or false. True. Perfect. True. If it is true, print num. What is it? Come on. If it is true, print num. What is it, kids? Yes, 4 is going to get displayed. 4 displayed, and then now num equals num minus 2. What is it? Now num is becoming 2. 2, and come and check. 2 greater than 2. True or false? 2 greater than 2. Come on. True or false? 2 greater than 2. True or false? Yeah. Difficult to say that. Yeah. False. Yeah. Exactly. False. If it is false, If it is false, will it go to display print num? Will it go to display print num? No, no, no. If the condition is true, if num greater than 2 is true only, it will display what? Print num. So 2 will not get displayed. It will go to no direction, this no side, and then in the no side when you proceed, you can see by bot. So finally it will display by bot, right? So tell me, there is one print statement which is outside of the loop. What is that print statement, kids? By bot. And if you're asking what do you mean by bot, I have just mentioned that. Okay. So then finally we have stopped. So you can see here, these two set of instructions, repeated again and again and again and again. These two set of instructions repeated again and again and again and again and again. That's exactly where the repetition is. That's exactly where the loop is, a loop, repeating the same set of instructions again and again and again and again based on a condition. Repeating these two instructions again and again based on this condition. Can all of you understand this, kids? Come on. Can all of you understand this, kids? Super. Super. Don't worry. I can see 1 or 2 students. Yeah, 2 students are saying that you did not understand, maybe because of the connection issues and all. Don't worry. We will be dealing with more loops in future. Don't worry. You will be able to understand it. Trust me. In future, in the sense, within this session, don't worry about that. Right? Okay. So now we have the Pascal version of this. Let's see whether the Pascal version is also working in the same way, right? Working in the same way. Yeah. Can you explain the last part? Yeah. So here, this condition is becoming false, and then the condition is becoming false, and then it will go to by bot, and it will display finally that by bot part. I hope you can understand that, right? What is by bot? I just mentioned it, Hansani. That's it, right? Okay, right, super. So now, going for the Pascal part, everyone stay focused. Going for the Pascal part, if we have time, we'll be doing our best, even the past papers. Yeah, fine. So here, begin, end, we have begin and end here. Num equals 12, obviously, that's what I have mentioned here in the flowchart. You can see it's exactly the same thing. And instead of this condition here, since it's a loop, earlier when we could find a condition, we used if else. Why? Because it was not a loop, it was not an iteration. It was not a repetition like this. Things did not come back to the loop like this. Okay. So in here, while num greater than 2, I'm using this statement to mention the repetition. So the while loop is a very common loop which is used in pseudocode as well as in the Pascal programming language. So I'm saying while num is greater than 2, you have to do this. Do what? Do these two. What are these two? Print num and num equals num minus 2. You can see that. Here also within this iteration, we have these two statements. Here also within this while loop, we have these two statements. And I have said end while in here. Basically, this is where I have defined iteration. This section is the section which I have defined iteration. Here in the flowchart, this is where I have defined the iteration, right? This is where the things are getting repeated, kids. This is where I define the iteration in the Pascal. And in here, this is where I define the iteration in the flowchart. All right. So here, you have to mention do statement usually in the pseudocode. Yeah. So print num equals num minus 2. Both are same, right? Almost same without the shapes only. And in addition to that, we have end while to show that the loop has ended. Even though in here we can show using the arrow-headed lines that the loop has ended, we can show the limit of the loop now in here. But here in the code, to show the loop has ended, I have to use end while statement. And then out of the loop, I have print by bot, just like having print by bot in here. And then finally ending the loop. Can all of you understand this, kids? Come on. Can all of you understand this, kids? Come on. It's the same thing without the shapes. Yeah, that's it. Super clear. Great. Super clear. Great. Okay. Fine. So now we are going to proceed with something more advanced. It's not a must to display anything in here. If someone is asking, is it a must to display anything? I must say that it's not a must to do anything in here. You know, it's not a must to do anything in here, right? Okay, fine. So let's proceed. No, you can't use the Dreamviewer software for these kids. Alignment is very much important in pseudocode. I have mentioned that, yeah. Answering for some of your questions. Okay. Should we use bybot? Yeah, I have just mentioned bybot. Now we are going to truly start off with the session. I have just given you an introduction. Now it's going to be flowcharts versus pseudocode versus Pascal. So my dear kids, are you all ready for this? Superb. Great. Here we go. I'm going to make everything public now, the chat screen. Let's see what we can do. Fine. So let's code during the session. Let me switch to my Blackboard, but the digital version of it. Right. I think I have to block someone from the chat screen. 1 minute. Fine. Okay. So let's start. How to do things in Pascal language. Wait. So it's going to be flowchart versus pseudocodes versus Pascal, all in one. This is where we start with programming. I cannot give you more time for you to install the softwares. I have already given you that. I'm going to practically show you how to use this, right? And how to get the answer. I'm going to practically show you the codings as well, right? You're about to see those. You're about to experience those. Stay focused, kids. Right. Okay. So let's see. Flowcharts versus pseudocodes versus Pascal. Starting off with a very simple one. A program to display average of three numbers. A program to display average of three numbers. Are you all ready for this? A program to display average of three numbers. Are you all ready for this, kids? Come on, everyone. Superb. Okay. No, I did not explain Pascal yet. Don't worry. I'm going to explain Pascal along with this, right? Don't worry. So now, if I'm going to draw the flow chart, in the flow chart, what is the first thing that I have to draw? Come on. In the flow chart, what is the first thing that I have to draw, kids? Come on, please mention in the chat screen. Start. Superb. Superb, kids. Start. Very good. Start. So let me mention in the flow chart, start first of all. And then I'm about to show the average of three numbers. So I'm going to define three numbers as a process. I'm going to mention the three numbers. Let's say the three numbers are, let's say three numbers. Let's say inputted by the user, or else just the processors, not inputted by the user. I'm just saying this the processors. So I'm saying N1 equals 10, N2 equals 20, and one more thing, N3 equals 30. Okay, prior to proceed with the rest, can you all see this properly, kids? Come on. Can you all see this properly, kids? Come on, come on, come on, come on, everyone. Super. Great. Awesome. So we have N1 equals 10 and N2 equals 20 and N3 equals 30. Perfect. And then let's go for the next one. After having these three numbers in the process, I have to calculate the average using another process. I'm going to calculate the average in the form of another process. Let me show you that process. And in this process, I'm going to mention AVG equals N1 plus N2 plus N3 divide by 3. Just wait. These are not taking user inputs. Don't forget that. Not taking user inputs. Don't forget that. Right. And then finally, it should what? Display the average. So I have to use an input-output box for that. Display the average. I'm going to use few lines and row that. I'm going to use few lines and row that. And then in here, we have display AVG. Display AVG. Do not forget that if you mention display AVG within double quotes, if you mention AVG within double quotes, that will be wrong. In that case, you are just displaying the text AVG. But if you say display AVG like this, you want to display what is there in this, whatever the value there is there in this AVG variable case. Is this clear, everyone? Is this clear, everyone? Okay, so we have start and stop defined. Start and stop defined. Super. Okay. So I have start, N1 equals 10, N2 equals 20, and N3 equals 30. These three are defined in the process box. And there is another process that is average equals N1 plus N2 plus N3 divided by 3. So which means 10 plus 20 plus 30 divided by 3. Just tell me what will be the value of average. Come on. What will be the average of, yeah? Perfect, it's 20. And then display average means 20 will get displayed, right? So here, these are not user inputs, just define those. These are not user inputs, just define those. Okay. I can make use of inputs, but I want to start off with the very beginnings of Pascal. Don't forget that. We are not going to just learn flowcharts in here. We are going to use what? Pascal for this. This is just our plan in the flowchart. We are going to write the respective pseudocode for this, and then we are going to implement this using Pascal. That's why I'm not using user inputs now. Wait for it. Okay. So AVG means average. Yeah. Thank you for answering our right. And then look at this. AVG in the form of a short form. I'm mentioning average. That's it. And then let's go for the pseudocode. In the pseudocode, instead of start, come on, what should be mentioned, kids? Come on in the chat screen. Come on in the chat screen. Come on, everyone. Superb, kids. Begin. So I'm going to make it like capitalized. I mean, it's not a must things to be in the capital, okay? In capital, okay? Not a must. I'm just telling you again and again, right? And then I'm just saying N1 equals 10. Yeah, I can do like that. And then in the pseudocode also, yes, I can say N2 equals 20. And I'm saying N3 is equals to 30. You can see like in a structured way, I have written those. And then I have average, AVG, average is equals to 10, N1 plus N2 plus N3 divide by 3. And then I have display average, or else I can say here print average. I can even say display average, no problem. Print AVG. And then finally saying end. So basically, these are the flowchart and the pseudocode. Can you all understand this? Superb. Now it's time for us to proceed with the most important Pascal code. Let's see. Dear kids, everyone, please quickly write this down. Come on, everyone, quickly write this down. Let me know once you're done. Come on. Let me know once you're done with this. Come on, everyone. Come on, quickly write this down. Quickly write this down. I have added and divided both in here, so no worries. Okay. All right. Enough of time for that to write this down. So now let's proceed with the rest. Now we are about to do this using Pascal. Okay. About to use this using Pascal. But now, prior to write our Pascal program, there are certain things that we should know. What are the variables that I'm using here? Come on. What are the variables that I'm using here? Tell me, kids. What are the variables that I'm using here? Come on. N1, N2, and N3. Not only that, there is one more. What is that? Variables used to store values, yeah. The things which are used to store values. Yeah. 10, yes, exactly. N1, N2, N3, and average. Perfect. So how many variables, kids? How many variables, kids? How many variables, kids? 4 variables. Great. We should know that when we are writing Pascal code. Like in the plan, we have not defined the colors of the walls, right? We have not defined it in the plan, like in the flowchart. But we should identify when actually doing the program, when we actually are programming, we should know what exactly are the variables that I'm using and their data types. Let's assume that these are going to be all integers. Let's assume that these are going to be all integers. So now I'm about to start off with this. Let me quickly switch to Lazarus. I'm using Lazarus IDE for this. Don't worry, recordings will be given. Nothing to worry. And let me switch to that. Okay. So here we go. This is Lazarus IDE. Wait, I know you all cannot see it properly. Let me use a magnifier for this. Right. Okay. So in the Lazarus IDE, you have the option File New. You have the option File New. It's too bright. Yeah, let me adjust it. Yeah. I hope it's clear now. I hope it's clear now. Yeah. Fine. Okay. So now File New, and then you have the option after clicking File and New. So File and then New. You have the option of Simple Program. You can see the option of Simple Program in here. So I'm going to select Simple Program and then click OK. And then click OK. Click OK. Just click it. And then, yes, this is what I get. The default Pascal code is this, right? So this is the default Pascal code that I get via Lazarus, right? Can you all see the code, everyone? Can you all see the code, everyone? Come on. Can you all see the code, kids? Yeah. Super. Right. Okay. So I'm going to keep the source editor like this. Let me try to maximize it. Fine. That will be better. Fine. So now we need to know the variables in our program. So now I don't have it in here. Come on, tell me. For mobile, Kavindu, can we like paste the, Mr. Kavindu, can you please paste those links again for the mobile applications and all that they can use? Yeah, mobile users can still practice, no worries. Yeah, fine. So here we have the variables are N1, N2, N3 and average. Thank you very much, Sandali. Now from this point onwards, I'll be very interactive with the chat screen. So you are telling me the variables. Variables I'm going to define using var keyword. So I have a keyword called var in here. And then I'm mentioning N1, N2, N3. One more thing is missing. What is that, kids? One more thing is missing. What is that, kids? AVG. Perfect. AVG. They are of integer type. They are of what type? Integer type. What is my integer type here? We are going to use them as what? We are going to store in only what? Whole numbers in here. Okay, we are going to store only whole numbers in here, right? We are not going to store something like 7.5, right? Numbers with the decimal point. No, we are not going to use those numbers. We are going to use whole numbers in here. We are going to just keep things simple in here, right? And then tell me, what is the value of N1, kids? Come on. What is the value of N1, kids? Come on. 10, perfect. Hey, Teran, you made a mistake. I mean, have a look at that. You have mentioned colon equals. Yeah, in Pascal, equal sign means colon equals. My goodness. Trust me, only in Pascal this happens. Java, C, C++, Python, PHP. In any of those languages, equal sign is simply equal sign. But in Pascal, equal sign is colon equals. That's bad, right? Fine. And then N2 is equals to, come on, what, kids? N2 is equals to 20. Perfect. No, in Python, just the equal sign. And then N3 equals what, kids? 30. Fine. Then there's a calculation which is required to be done. What is that? There's a calculation which is required to be done. What is that? Come on, what is that? Average. Average equals what, kids? Average equals what, kids? 20 limit. You have to use the method of calculation, that is N1 plus N2 plus N3 divide by average. No, divide by 3. Sorry, divide by 3. Just have a look at this. I mean, we feel like there are no errors in here, so no problem. It's working sort of, right? Okay. And then finally, there is something that we should print. For print, we don't use print statement. In Pascal, we have something called write ln, right? Write ln. I'm just displaying here averages, and I can say AVG. Let's see whether this is working or not. And then finally, we can say read ln. Okay. When you are doing, when you are writing codes in Pascal, okay, when you are writing codes in Pascal, there is one thing that you should not be afraid of. In any programming language, this thing is common. What is that? You should not be afraid of errors. If you are getting an error, you should be happy because you are doing a mistake. Now you'll be like, if I'm doing a mistake, why should I be happy? Because you can learn from it. You are learning something from it. And learning is very important. You are handling the error. You are handling some error. Goodness, you are really becoming a true programmer. If you just type the same thing and if you just get the output, then there's a problem. If you are getting an error, you are privileged. So don't worry. So come on, everyone. Type this. Type this. Come on. Type this. I will be explaining you each and every line of the code. Just wait. Type this. Come on. Just type this. Okay. And then run it. And then run it. How to run? There is option to run. Come on. You can just select that option. It's there in the medium. Very simple. Like a play button thing. Yeah. Not working. Come on, anyone who got the output? Anyone who got the output? Anyone who got an error? Yeah? Okay. Let me run this and see. I'm going to run this and see. Don't worry. Now I'm going to run this. And it is showing me an error in here. Those who are saying that you got an output, then you are wrong. I mean, look at this. There is an error. Let's try to fix this. Showing exactly in this line, this is how to fix the errors. Learning Pascal, first thing you should know how to fix the errors. Otherwise, you can't become a programmer. I purposely did this. And it says there is an error. It says, got double expected long int. You don't understand that. So basically, I should say that this is not the division that you can use against integer. Not that division. Mathematically, we are using this division, yes. But this is not the division that you can use against integers. You have to use the div keyword. The div keyword defines integer division. Integer division. We have integers here. So integer division is div, not that one, not the slash. And then I'm getting the output. Told ya, got the output. Can you all see my output here? Should I increase the font size further? Oh, wait, I'll increase that. Can you all see my output now? Yeah. Can you all see my output now? Yeah. Come on. Yeah, right. Fine. Great. Now, look at this. Look at this, kids. Average is 20. It has displayed average is 20 and there is no space in here. Okay. Look at this. When I go back to the code and try to understand what's going on here, let's see actually what's going on here. Let me explain you. I'm going to have a space bar here, space here, using the space bar because average is 20, it displays everything together. Right, so focus. Explaining this code. Now kids, n1 equals 10, n2 equals 20, n3 equals 30. These are the variables, we know that. And it's not just equal sign, it's what? Colon equals means usually what? Yes, the equal sign which is used in Pascal. And then average colon equals n1 plus n2 plus n3 divide by 3. Got it? And the average value is going to be 20, we know that. And write ln means what? Display the message and then go to the new line. Go to a new line. Display this message and then go to a new line. That's what you mean by write ln, kids. Ln means what? That new line. Or else you can just say write, which means what? Just to display the message and stay in the same line. What do you mean stay in the same line? The cursor, the blinking cursor. The cursor is going to display this message and go to the next line. So before proceeding with the next instruction or next displaying or next output, definitely it will be in the next line. Focus. And then I finally say read ln because I say finally read ln because if without this, it won't wait for my input. Just try it without read ln. What will happen is that it will quickly display and it will get closed. It will quickly display and get closed, automatically closed. So when I say read ln, it is waiting for my instruction prior to proceed with the end. It is not a must to mention this. If the board is not clear, I can make it even more clear. How about now, kids? Is it more clear? Yeah? Is it more clear? Right. Perfect. Super. Okay. So I have this now, n1, n2, n3, and then average, and then and then read ln. Fine. Can all of you understand this code now, kids? Come on. Can all of you understand this code now, kids? Come on. If this is not working, then definitely you must have missed something in the code. It can be a semicolon, it can be this colon. You have to have eagle eyes to detect the syntax errors. Okay, so basically N1 is this much, N1 is 10, N2 is 20, N3 is 30, average is this. So N1 plus N2 plus N3, which means 10 plus 20 plus 30, divide by 3, which is going to be 20, is assigned to average. And then average is AVG. It's going to display average is and the value of AVG, which is 20. So quick revision of the content again. Now shall we proceed with some advanced stuff for you all say kids? Yeah. Shall we proceed with some advanced stuff for you all say kids? Yeah. Super. Now let's see. Proceeding with some advanced stuff. Everyone stay focused, kids. Going to the next one, a little bit more difficult one. This one is a program to input. A program to input base and height of a triangle. Of a triangle. And to display the area. A program to input base and height of a triangle and to display the area. I'm telling you how to calculate the area of a triangle. Area is equals to base multiplied by height divided by 2. Basically, half multiplied by base into height is same thing. So base multiplied by height divided by 2, area of a triangle. Right. So now let's see how to do this, kids. Just tell me in this question, do we have any conditions? Come on. Do we have any conditions to be used? Come on, yes or no, kids? Any conditional statements? Definitely no. Do we have any repetitions, things to repeat in this code? Definitely no. Definitely no. So all we have to do is something very sequential and very simple. There is input, base and height and to display the area. That's it. So don't forget, program by program, question by question, you are going to learn. If you did not understand the previous one, in this one you are going to understand. So what you have to do is stay focused. Stay focused, everyone. Right. So now let's see, kids. What is the first one to do? Come on. The flowchart, the first one to do. Come on. Flowchart, the first one to do. Come on, kids. Come on. Super. Start. Very good. Very good. Start. And then what I have to do? What are the inputs in this code? Come on. What are the inputs in this code? Come on. What are the inputs? Someone is saying the camera is not clear like before. Let's ask from the others. Is the camera clear, kids? Come on. Yes or no? Is the camera clear, kids? Yeah. Clear, right? Yes. If you have a problem, then definitely in your side, if you have, let's say, internet connection problem, then definitely in your side, the camera won't become clear. Okay, fine. Because in my side, still the signal strength is very strong. Yeah, fine. So here, start. And then the next step that I have to use is, yeah, definitely to input base and height. So I'm going to use input output shape for this. The shape that I'm going to use to get inputs or to display outputs. So let me mention here, what we have to do is input base, comma, height. Can all of you understand up to this extent, kids? Come on. Can all of you understand up to this extent, kids? Come on. Superb. Superb. Very good. Step by step now. Very slowly. And then. So I have done this part, input, base, and height. Input part is complete now. Looking at the question, tackling the question step by step. Of a triangle and to display the area. Now I cannot display the area yet. Why? I cannot display the area yet. Why? It's not a must to use the word input, Amandi. You can use here read also, no problem. Okay? Fine. I'll explain it again, Ishwaran, when I'm doing this in Lazarus. Okay? Fine. So here, display the area. Why I cannot do this? I have to calculate the area first. Very good. Very good. I have to calculate the area first. That's 100% correct. Okay. No, don't say that I have to write the process. Just say it in simple English. You have to calculate the area. Otherwise, you can't display it. Very simple. So here I'm going to calculate the area now, kids. So calculating the area using the process box. So when I'm calculating the area, I can say simply, I can use the same equation which I've mentioned in there. Area equals base into height. Base into height divide by 2. Divide by 2. And then finally what I can do now, kids, come on. Finally what I can do now, kids, come on. Come on, finally what I can do now. Now I can display the area, right? Now I can display the area. Exactly. Now I can display the area. So I'm mentioning in the input output box, the shape. I'm going to say display area. Display area. Display area, output area, print area. You define it, no problem. Display area. And then finally, should mention stop. That's it. This is the flow chart. Can all of you understand? Can all of you understand this flow chart, kids? Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, now I'm giving you a chance. Anyone having any question, any doubt, please mention it in the chat screen regarding this flow chart. Come on, it's going to be very slow and very clear. Come on. No doubts? No doubts? Are you sure? Perfect. Perfect. Superb. Nothing. Okay. And then going for the Pascal, sorry, not the Pascal, the pseudocode of this. Let's see. Let me use yellow color for that. So start in usually in the pseudocode what we mentioned, kids. Come on. Begin. Perfect. Now some of them are asking questions about Lazarus. Why I'm skipping those questions? I can see those. Why am I skipping those? Because we are now in this context. You can ask questions from this context, and then when I go to Lazarus, you can ask questions from Lazarus context. So stay in this context, kids. Otherwise, you are going to lose this. You are going to miss this. Okay. So here, flowchart, and now we are in the pseudocode. That's it. Not in Lazarus, not in Pascal yet. Fine. So we have begin, and then input, base, and height. Yeah, I can even say read, base, and height. So I'm going to mention here input, base, height. Input, base, comma, height. And then say area. Okay, area is equals to base into height divide by 2. And then yes, display area means I can say print area. I can even say display area here, no problem. Print area and then end. Come on. Can all of you understand this, kids? Come on. Can all of you understand this, kids? Come on. Yeah. Superb. Very good. Perfect. Superb. Right. Then now we are going to proceed with the Pascal code. Okay. Begin and input. I'm just saying, yeah, I was saying this again and again. Begin, input, print, end, these words which I have mentioned in capitals. It's not a must, those words to be in capitals in pseudocode. Pseudocode is not something which is case sensitive, right? Okay. And now proceeding with Pascal. Now in Pascal, we should know what are the variables that we are going to create. Tell me, what exactly are the variables that I should create for these kids? Come on. What are the various variables that I should create for these kids? Come on. Height, base, and area. Perfect. Superb. Now I'm going to show you the Pascal code. Before that, can you all write this down, kids? Come on. Can you all write this down, kids? Come on. Can you like make it quick? Quickly write this down. Let me know once you're done. Just let me know once you're done. So let's go for the Pascal code now. Go to File, New, and select Simple Program option. Okay. That will be enough. So now proceeding with the Pascal code. So program project 1, you can name it in the way you want. What are the variables, dear kids? Come on. What are the variables, dear kids? Come on, please mention. Base, and then next one. Height, and then next one. Come on. Area. Perfect. Of integer. Let's say I'm going to use integers for this. And then I'm going to say begin and end. Begin and end. Okay. So here, what should I do first, kids? Come on. According to the flow chart, what should I do first, kids? Come on. Look at the flow chart. That's the plan. Look at the plan. Input. Yes, very good, Rasheen. Very good, Rasheen. Input. Very good. Very good, Sanita. Yeah. Input. Input what? 100% correct, Shamiru. Input, base, and height. Perfect. Superb, Shamiru. Perfect. But to just input, base, and height, if I'm going to just mention read or read ln, base, comma, height. Can I say like that? No. Read ln base or read ln height. Can I do like this? I mean, I can, but it won't make any sense, you know. It won't make any sense. Read ln base and read ln height. It will work, but it won't make any sense. I'll show you why. It's okay. So for the time being, read ln means actually we are reading the inputs. We are reading values for these variables. So when I say read ln base, which means I'm expecting a user input for base variable. Write ln means I'm outputting something. Read ln means read ln is used to input something into a variable. Write ln is used to output something, some message to the user using a variable or whatever. All right. Can you all understand that, kids? Come on. Write ln means output something. Read ln means input something. Can you all understand, kids? You know about inputs and outputs, right? Obviously, yes. Obviously, yes. Fine. Okay, now tell me whether this is an input or output. Huh? When you are eating, come on, input to output. When you are eating, input to output, come on. Input to output, input. Then what is the respective Pascal code? Come on. What is the respective Pascal code for that? Come on. When your respective Pascal keyword for that. Read ln, perfect, read ln. Read ln, read ln. Input means read ln. Don't mistake. Fine. And then output. When you are, let's say, outputs, let me tell you. Keep your imagination to yourself. Let me tell you. Outputs. When you are going to talk, come on, what is it? When you are going to talk, what is it? What you are doing? That's going to be output. That's write ln. Output, write ln. Perfect, super. Then, so read ln a value for base, read ln a value for height. And then area, how to calculate, kids? area is equals to, so here equal sign is colon equals, area is equals to what, kids? Area is equals to what, kids? Sandali is asking, isn't it real? Wait, Sandali, we know only integer now. I will teach you real. Wait for it. We are just using integer types for all three and learning this. Okay, Sandali? Right. Okay. Ishibaran Ginoja asking again how to open a new file. Goodness. Go to file, new, select simple program. Saying it for one last time. Go to file, new, select simple program. Goodness, now I can remember that. Fine. So here we go. Area equals, colon equals is the equal sign. Very good. Base into height. What is the division sign, kids? What is integer division? It's not slash. What is integer division? We are dealing with the integers here. Div, very good. Div what, kids? Div what, kids? Div 2, perfect. And then what I can do? And then what I can do, kids? And then what I can do? I can display right ln. I can say area is, and then I can display the value which is there in area variable. So area is, and then display the value of area variable. You can see here, area is, this text is enclosed within single quotes because I'm going to display this string, this message to the user. Area is, and then after that message, I'm going to display the value of area variable. So therefore, area variable is not enclosed within single quotes because that is not just a message to display. That is a value to display behind this area variable. So area is whatever the area calculated here based on base and height user inputs will be displayed in here. Can all of you understand this, kids? Come on. Don't worry, Ahmed, you'll be getting the recording. Yeah. Can all of you understand this, kids? Yeah. Superb. Superb. Right. Now let's see. This is going to work, but there will be some problems. You will see those. And then finally, I'm going to mention read.ln. Why? To wait for my input prior to close it. When you're writing for the examination, the last read.ln is not required. Don't forget that. Fine. And run this. Now see what's going to happen. Now it's there, it's running. There is a play button, green color play button, click that to run this. No, near the program name, you don't need to mention input output. It's not a must use of. So look at this, it's blinking. I'm also waiting. It's blinking. I'm also waiting. How long are we going to wait? Until 11 o'clock? Until we finish the session? No. What is this then? This is where the problem is. The first instruction is working. What is the first instruction in there? After the begin, what is it? Not input now only. What is it? Abdul, place the play button which is in green color. Read.ln. Exactly. Read.ln. Read.ln. Read.ln is there. But it does not display me a proper message what to input. So I'm going to just input a value. Let's say number 20 I'm going to input. Now I have hit enter, but still it's blinking. Without giving me any message, it's blinking. See? If you just do the exact same thing which is there in the flowchart, this is what is going to happen. You have to know the color of the walls, which is not defined in the plan when you are building the house. Don't forget that. The color of the walls you have to mention. You have to give some meaningful messages to the user. This is what you should input. But without that, if you do it, see the problem here. So now actually in the second line, I'm going to input what, kids? Come on. I'm going to input what, kids, here? Come on, tell me. In the second line, what am I going to input? Come on, look at the code. Look at the code. According to the code. Was it height? Was it height? Fine, okay. So I'm mentioning the height is, let's say, 30. So it's 20, 30. Triangle. And then now it displays area is 300. Now that is very meaningful. Area is 300. Fine. So here, area is 300. Look at this, kids. Is this correct? 20 multiplied by 30 is what, kids? Come on. 20 multiplied by 30 is what, kids? 600 divided by 2 is 300. Area is correct. So this program is correct. Let's have a look at the code again. Let's see how to improve this code. So you can see here in this code, I have just mentioned read ln base, read ln height without any message to the user. So this code works, but this doesn't make any sense. This is not a good program. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, prior to read ln base, I'm going to display a message to the user. No, Rasheen, just saying write ln base, that will be wrong. You have to display a proper message to the user, Rasheen. You have to display what? Enter value for base or input base. You have to say something like that. Okay. How to take those black color tab? I have actually changed a lot of themes in my computer, so therefore I'll be getting. You mean the output? The output is usually, their console is usually black. You can select here the play button, the green color play button in here. Let me show you using the magnifier. There is a green color play button in here. See this one, to run the program and get the output. Okay. Fine. Right. So now going back to the code. So prior to say read ln base, I'm going to do something. What is that? Write ln. Write ln. No, I'm going to mention write here now. Why I'm going to say write here, I'll tell you. I'll tell you that without saying write ln, why I'm mentioning write here, I'll tell you. Write, and I'm saying input or input base, or as input a value for base, or what is the base? What is the base of the triangle? So I can mention like this. What is the base of the triangle? It's more clear. What is the base of the triangle? Right? Why am I mentioning right here, kids? Come on. Why am I mentioning right here? Why? No. Why not write ln? Why not write ln? No. To get input in the same line, who mentioned that? Let me mention the name. Very good. Isu Mansana, perfect. That name is very familiar. Hello, kid. Right. So what is the base of the triangle here? I am mentioning within right statement, right function, because I'm going to display this message, and our next instruction, read ln base will be happening right after this, in the same line, Let me prove it to you by mentioning write ln for the next one. For the next one, I'm saying write ln, what is the height of the triangle? So here I'm mentioning write ln. Spot the difference here. This is right and this write ln, so that you will be able to understand. All right. Thank you, Visum. Yeah, you will be able to understand here. Write ln and write the difference with this program. Write ln, what is the height of the triangle? It's going to display this message, and in the next line we will have to input the height. Here, when I say write, what is the base of the triangle? Soon after this message, in the same line, I'll be able to read or proceed with the next instruction, that is inputting value for base variable, kids. Let's see. And then area equals base multiplied by height. This is there as usual. And then run this program. Let's run this program and see, kids. What is the base of the triangle? You can see the cursor is blinking in the same line. Even though it's the next instruction, read ln base, the cursor is blinking in the same line, because this statement I mentioned within write statement, within write function, not write ln function. Okay, so let me mention here. It's let's say 15. sorry, 15, yeah. What is the base of the triangle? Let's say 15. What is the height of the triangle? Now you can see this is in the next line. Can you see this now, Chamatya? Now you can see it in the output, see? Here, now I have to enter it in this line. In the next line, see, Chamatya, can you understand? Very good, Sandal, you have done it alone, yeah? See? Now this is in the next line. Previously, when I mentioned write what is the base of the triangle, the read happened in the same line. Then I mentioned write ln and this statement. And now the read is happening in the next line because I said write ln for this. Okay, so 20. And then it displays area is 150. Yes, because 15 multiplied by 20 is going to be 300. Divided by 2 is going to be 120. Can all of you understand, kids? Can all of you understand, dear kids? Perfect. Superb. Have a look at the code. I'll give you a little bit of time for you to go through this, for you to do this as well. Just a little bit of time. If you have, meanwhile, if you have any question, any doubt, please ask in the chat screen, kids. If you have any question, any doubt, please ask in the chat screen, kids. Come on. I'm going to mention here right, because otherwise it will not look nice. Can we put right for the height? Why are you saying right for the height? Because you have to input a value from the user for the height variable. So therefore, you cannot use here right height because you have nothing to output in height. But you have to get a user input for height variable. So that's why read ln height. I hope you can understand that. Yeah. What's var? Here var means, yeah, to define variables, we use var section. After saying var, we can define variables here. So I have introduced 3 variables here: base, height, and area, type of integer. Is this clear? Very good. Superb. Now questions, come on, questions. Please make your questions public, that's better. Exactly, read ln means input and write ln is output. That's correct, Shafin. Yeah, that's correct, Shafin. The phone users must be having the run option, definitely yes. Yeah, lot to learn, Yusuf. Yes, why not? When will the recording be given? I'll try to upload it tonight. Yeah. We are now, Sitarini is asking a question. Can't we input the values in the code itself? If we are going to input the values in the code itself, which means we are doing it, we are programmers. The programs are not only for programmers. The programs should be dynamic. Input should be taken from the user. That's why we are taking this as a user input. Otherwise, it won't cater our question also, because in the questions we have mentioned what? To input base and height of a triangle. So therefore, you can't do that. Wait, I'm going for the previous questions. Here, last write ln, area is means the message that I display. Area is, and then here area is the value that I display behind this area variable. I hope you can understand that. Yes, you can use that, March. Yeah, don't worry about that, Shavindi. You can use anything, either read or read ln, no worries. Because anyway, you hit enter there. Read ln is underlined red. Just see the previous line whether you are missing a semicolon. Okay. Now what do you all say now? Programming, is it difficult? Is it difficult? What do you all say? It's super easy, right? So who says programming is difficult? But when I usually ask from kids, bunch of kids those who are doing O-levels, when I ask from them like, okay, what is the most difficult chapter that you have in O-levels? And they're like, programming. Why is that? Okay, it's super easy. So you all are now stepping towards your next step. Don't forget that, right? After facing for your O-levels, you have to decide for your A-levels. Don't worry, I'll be conducting a career guidance session on how to select the subjects, what is the importance of advanced level ICT subject. And I must say that in our advanced level ICT class to the 2017 batch, we have produced Island 1st, 2nd, 7th, and 13th. In 2019 batch, we have produced Island 1st, 3rd, and 4th. Likewise, with 100% pass rate, right? So this is fully an English medium class, right? This is not going to be Sinhala in Sinhala. This is going to be a fully English medium class, totally for English medium students, right? So basically, there are several streams that you can select advanced level ICT subject. It's available in there in like each and every stream. You can select this with maths. You can do this with commerce, right? In art stream also this is available. In technology stream this is available, because ICT has become something very, very important in the world. You all know that, right? And in advanced level ICT, what is going to be in there in advanced level ICT? It's going to be more than what is there in O-level ICT. Obviously, you are going to have more practicals, and it's going to be very, very, very realistic practicals. We are going to use Python programming language, not the outdated Pascal. Sorry, Pascal. Python language. And also we'll be having web development. You all can become web developers while learning advanced level ICT. And also we have robotics in our syllabus. Internet of Things, robotics in our syllabus. We are going to practically implement robotics in our syllabus. Let me show you one example of that, which you can do after learning A-level ICT. Just a simple example. I'm using my mobile phone. Can you all see that? Yeah, the mobile phone. Yeah. Now I'm clicking a small application in my mobile phone, which I have configured. And then I'm going to do something now. What is that? I'm going to turn off my flasher in the room using this button. The flasher is off. The flasher is on. The flasher is off. The flasher is on. You will be able to program those circuits and do these kind of things when you learn advanced level ICT. And not only that, I have a temperature control fan in here, and yeah, a lot of things which are controlled by IoT, and a scheduled light outside of the house, totally IoT, right? Yeah, you can even link Alexa and everything to this. Yeah, this is super interesting than any other subject, right? Okay. So my dear kids, it's now, time is 10:40. Goodness, we had 400 odd participants at the beginning, and we are now 376 those who are holding. Wow, perfect. I'm pretty sure that you are going to somehow obtain an A pass for ICT, and that's for sure. What do you all say? Can you all make a promise that you are going to study a lot and definitely obtain an A pass for ICT? Can you make that promise, my dear kids? Come on. Perfect. Super. Super. This is what we need. This is what we need. Super. Right. So wait. So are you all done with this? How many of you got the output? Come on. How many of you got the output? Come on. So when I just say that we don't have any failures, you cannot just believe. But now you can believe why we don't have any failures. Because we have this approach, this way of teaching. We are using the latest technology in our class. What do you all say? Any feedback that you can give about this session? What do you all say, kids? Yeah. Superb. You all got it. You all got it. Great. Fine. Okay. Wait. Shall we proceed with the condition also? What do you all say? Come on. Shall we proceed with the condition also? Yes? The last one? The last one for the day? Superb. Right. So let's proceed with the condition as the last one for the day. Its time is 10:42. Brought to you by Panela. Fine. Focus. Let's go back to our previous ones. What is our previous ones? In the tute, can you remember that 30 was not a proper number for an age? The 30 is so young. Can you remember that code? 30 is so young. Can you remember that code? Yeah. Can you remember that part? Can you remember that pseudocode? Can you remember that flowchart? Why not? Definitely yes. Let's go back and see that. Switch back to my computer. Come on. I'm going to implement this. And going to the tute. It's in Google Chrome. Let me open Chrome for that. I think I have it in the desktop. Opening the tute again. Just take a look at that tute for one last time. So open this via Google Chrome. Fine, so I have the tute. Let's turn to page. Turn to this page of where we can find too old and too young. This one, the flowchart and the pseudocode. All right. So according to this, kids, come on. According to this, now we are going to do this. Now we are going to do this. According to this, kids, tell me, what do we have to do first? And what is the variable that we are going to use for it? Come on. What is the variable that we are going to use for this? Come on, tell me. Age. Super. Very good. Age is the variable that we are going to use for this. So only one variable. Very simple. So in the var section, we are going to have only one variable. Yeah, exactly. And there is one condition. If age is 40, blah, blah, blah. All right. So if the age is 40, what should we do? We should display what? Greater than 40, we should display what? Too old. If it is less than 40 or equals to that, we can display so young. Outside of the condition, we have by bot. Let's do this. Let's understand conditions also. Right. So now going for my Pascal code, Lazarus IDE. Right. Let's start coding. Tell me in the var section, come on kids, prove me that you have got something from today's content. Please everyone, tell me in the var section, what is the variable that I'm going to define? Superb kids, very good. Age, colon what kids, come on. Colon what kids, integer. So we are going to use integer data type and then begin with an end along with a full stop. Age integer. What should we do kids initially? Come on. What should we do kids initially? I have to get what? User input. So what is it? So what is it? Come on. Come on. Come on. Input age. Perfect. Input age. Or else what? Read ln age. Don't forget that in Pascal language. But it's better to give what? A proper message to the user. So I'm saying write. How old are you? That's more into human, yeah? How old are you? And then read ln age. What is your age, you can say. Or input age, you can say. You can be like more human and you can say, how old are you? Now the programs are becoming more human-ish, right? So therefore, it's better to mention how old are you, right? That's nice, right? Read in age. And then what? If age is greater than 40, then what should I do, kids? Come on, then what should I do, kids? I'm mentioning. Do I have then keyword here? Will it work? Let's see. I'm saying begin and end. Else, otherwise, I can mention begin and end. In this way, if you code, it will be very easy for you. Else section to have a begin and end. If section to have a begin and end. But this is not like the final end that we are going to have, because in here, this is just a temporary end. So I'm not going to have full stop in here. The last end is going to have full stop. These ends are going to have semicolons. Let's see whether this is working or not. If age is 40, then what should I display, kids? Come on. What should I display, kids? Come on. Greater than 40, come on. 2 alt. If it's not, else, what should I display? Else, if the condition false, so young, very good, so young. Out of the conditions, out of if and else, should I display anything? Out of this if section begin and else section begin and end, I must mention bybot. Very good. Write ln bybot. I'm just telling you. Type this and see whether you get the output. Come on, kids. Type this and see whether you get the output. Come on. Just mention got it in the chat screen if you got it. Come on. Come on, kids. Type this and see. All right, superb. Why we write bybot? Because that is there in our flowchart, Mirzan. Finally, I'll mention readln also. Otherwise, you will not get bybot. Right? You will not get bybot in this. It will quickly display either too old, so young, or bybot. Too old or so young along with bybot, and it will quickly display and it will close automatically. In Lazarus, there is a small problem like that. So I'm mentioning readln here. So fine, let's see. How old are you? It's there. Readln age. Everything seems fine. Begin and end section for if, begin and end section for else. And then run this program. There is an error. What is that? I'm going to remove this semicolon in the end. Run that. How old are you? I'm going to mention now 25, and it says so young bybot. Nice one. And then run it again. And then run it again to check the too old part. Let's say, how old are you? 50. Too old bybot. So you can see in both the situations, bybot is there. Earlier, it was just a plan. Now it's the execution, programming. Programming using Pascal. Algorithms were flowcharts and pseudocode, just the plans. So now real programs, right? So in here you can see there's a small alteration that I did to the code. That is, if begin and end section, I did not mention semicolon. I did not mention semicolon. Why is that? Because else section is a continuation of if, so I'm not mentioning this semicolon here. Continuation of if, so therefore I'm not mentioning the semicolon here in the end. For the end, it's not a must, right? It should not be actually mentioned, right? If you mention that, there will be an error. And then here, else end part, I'm mentioning a semicolon because this is exactly where the if also is getting ended. This is where the if is also getting ended. So therefore, end has a semicolon here. Can all of you understand this, kids? Come on. Can all of you understand this, kids? Come on. Yes or no, everyone? Super. Super. Perfect. Awesome. Right. Very clear. Perfect. Indentation is a must here. Indentation is not a must, but better to have. Okay. Now we have to do loops, that is iteration in Pascal, flowcharts and pseudocodes further, along with arrays. That we will be doing in another session, kids, in another session. So I hope you got the best out of this session. Do not forget to mention a review via WhatsApp, maybe, about this session. So we'll have another free session. I'm going to have another free session for you, kids, for you to teach more in loops and arrays in Pascal. All right. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you very much for staying until this time. Bye, everyone. Bye. If anyone needs to talk, I'm allowing you, I'm unmuting this. I'm allowing you to unmute so that you can talk.